All right, it's Monday morning. We got to our first drop off early. Nobody's here yet. I'm gonna go ahead and take my pictures proving that it was tarped when I got here, and then go ahead and untarp it and roll the tarps up and everything and be ready to go to this next spot. Next spot, we can't unload until 1:30, but I'm hoping if I get there early and somebody doesn't show up, they'll give me their spot. All it is that little 500-pound box. And I'm going to tell them that. I'm like, look, please, can you please unload me? I mean, I could hand unload this if I had to. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Get this thing untarped and roll this tarp up and be ready for when somebody does get here. All right, we are untarped, unstrapped, got the tarp rolled up. Bungee's done. I rolled the tarp up on top of this box, and since the tarp's longer than this box, I just folded each end up first, and then I rolled it up like I do on the trailer. Might make for a little bit of an issue when we go to use it next time, but there's a bunch of cars and stuff running around here all the time. I didn't want to block anybody, and there's glass and everything else out here, so now we just have to wait for somebody to show up. We're just waiting on the guy ahead of us now. We're next. I think he has to back out of there before we can pull in. And then it looks like we've got 3.5 hours to our next one. I don't think I'm gonna have time to pick up another partial along the way. Or it's 8:45. I just dropped my magnet. And we have to be there at 1:30, and like I said, I'd like to see if we can try to get unloaded early. Start off with an empty trailer. You know, I click on these loads on the load board, and I don't call them, and then they end up calling me, and they're like, "Yeah, we noticed that you clicked on this load. Are you interested?" It's like, no, I'm not interested. That's why I didn't call. All right, they're calling me in. Let's do this. All right, so we just got unloaded in Cherry Point, North Carolina. I've been on the boards all day long. I can't find anything. I'm trying to find something going south to try to get me home so we can get this trailer situated. Honestly, it hasn't really done it today. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what causes it. Sometimes it does it 1,000,000 times in a row. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what to do. I can't find anything paying worth a flip anywhere. Everything's a partial and everything's like 9,000 pounds. I'm like, shoot. We're too close to Richmond is what it is. I keep saying it, man. Every time I come over towards Richmond, there's a bunch of loads, but it's all crap. So I'm going to bust out the laptop. I'm going to bust out the iPad. I'm going to break out my phone. See if we can find something. I'll let you guys know. All right, so I hopped on the load board. I went to the Walmart that was down the street from the military base there after dropping. I didn't really see much. There isn't much coming out. I finally picked up a load. Picks up in the morning. It goes to right above Charlotte, North Carolina. So it gets me further west, which is good, because the East Coast really sucks. I'm just at a fuel station right now getting fuel. We're going to park at another Walmart that's a little closer to the drop. I had about 40 miles of deadhead for this one. Goes, according to truck stop, 260 miles. We got $600 for it. So it's a little lower than what I usually shoot for per day. I try to do at least $750 a day. But this should have us dropping at like lunchtime. He said we can pick it up first thing 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 to 8:30 he said. So I'm hoping, I'm jumping on the board right now. I'm trying to find something else that we can pick up after this, so that the day isn't shot for $600. Because I mean, A lot of people are probably like, 600 bucks, I'd love to make 600 bucks. Yeah, but if you made $600 a day for 5 days, you would starve to death after paying insurance and stuff doing this. So let me finish fueling this up. We're gonna shoot the Walmart, and I'll see you guys there. All right, guys, we are in New Bern, North Carolina, and we're picking up in Washington, North Carolina, going to Sherrill Ford. Does that sound familiar? Sherrill Ford, North Carolina. Like I said, we're at a Walmart right now. I'm going to, I haven't had anything to eat. Oh, I did eat today. What am I talking about? I stopped by Hardee's and got one of their little breakfast deals with the biscuits and gravy and stuff. Man, I'm not even close to Walmart. I'm over here by Books A Million. I got on the Trucker Path app, and it said that we could park here, but you just have to snake yourself around the back. So I snaked myself around the back, and I guess I'm parked next to Books A Million now, because Walmart's way down this way. They have Firehouse Subs. I love Firehouse Subs. I love eating. But if you've never been to Firehouse Sub, you have to go to Firehouse Sub. This is basically a food channel now. Yeah, they're Hero. I always get their Hero. Once I find something that I like, it's hard for me to try something new because I don't want to regret getting something that I may not like. So I've got to pick up some Def because I just fueled up and they didn't have any Def there. So I'm going to pick up a couple of jugs of Def from Walmart. I got the message, the 500-mile message. So I'm going to pick something up from there. And then one of my videos just hit where I was in South Dakota. The one where I was dropping the tractors. Someone mentioned to get one of those red bottles just in case. That's a great idea. I'm going to grab me one of those red bottles just in case the fuel does gel. That's supposed to help break it up. So let me run over here and grab something to eat. Look at that. There's like 3 different types of meat. Alright, so this is what we got. We got that emergency heat diesel. Because you never know, like somebody said. This is what I run in the tank every other fill up. I bought this lock too. These are the paper towels. I always buy these paper towels. They're good for grease and food and everything else. Some sodas, whatever. I got some candy. This is the main thing that I'm thinking about. So I bought this big heavy duty lock. A lot of people get on to me for having my tarps up here on this toolbox, but I do that in hopes that if somebody's gonna steal my tarps, I'll feel them kind of climb up on the trailer and pull the tarps down. Obviously, they're probably better off back here. And here's what they'd probably be better behind that wall because the wind's still coming back here and hitting us. This is my thought. This is what I think I'm gonna start doing. See how this strap pulls these tarps down? I think I'm gonna get one of my chains. I'm gonna wrap my chain around here and I'm gonna lock the chain so they can't pull the tarps out. I mean, yeah, they could probably like push down on these tarps. I don't know though, man. I don't think you can. That'll keep them from stealing the tarps there. But I should probably move those up front and do this chain idea. That's probably what I'll do. Alright, I couldn't get the chain as tight as I hoped. I don't know. I might be silly for doing this. But the lock was 11 bucks. This is about $500 worth of tarps. Anything you can do to help. I mean, it's places like this. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that guy's a thief, but you just have to watch, you know? You just never know. Even at truck stops, these guys will walk up and cut your strap there and just walk away with your tarps. At least with this chain, it's gonna take them a minute. I almost got a lock that was too big because it won't go through some of the chain links. I might be able to tighten this up a little bit more. But I had to play around until I found some holes big enough that the lock would go through. So I don't know, maybe it's a work in progress. All right, guys, we made it to Washington, North Carolina. It says we're picking up and running like 260 miles, something like that. I thought I parked closer than I did to here, so I kind of just drug my feet this morning. I'm actually about 10 minutes late now, but it looks like they're not even ready for me anyways, so I got to pull the truck over and we're going to start loading some things up here. All right, so there's the first piece of the puzzle, and then we have some pallets over here with some pipe on it. We've got that little pallet over here that we have to grab, and there's a couple more of these I think that we have to grab, and then there's some sticks of pipe that I think they're going to throw on here as well. All right, there it is. That's the load. It's supposed to be 6,000 pounds and 40 feet. I think we could have got this on a 30-foot trailer if we had to, because that pipe's only 20 feet. Oh yeah, we could have definitely got this on a 30-footer if we had to. 2 chains and binders holding this down. It's got its own straps holding it down to this platform. We put 2 straps on each of these bundles of pipe. I crossed them if I had to. First one's crossed. Nothing too crazy. Going, what did I say, 260 miles? Something like that. I don't know. It only pays 600 bucks. It gets me out of the Richmond, Virginia area. So I'm hoping I can find something else. If I could drop this at like 1 o'clock today, I don't even know what time it is right now. If I could drop it at like 1 o'clock today, hopefully I can grab something else and keep moving for the day. Contemplating on just driving home and getting this trailer's wiring figured out. I can't deadhead that far and not make any money. So man, I wish I had my DJI. If I could set up.
Yeah.
All right, we just got unloaded at this power plant. Called on a few loads, one going to Miami. So from where I'm at right now, it's the same amount of deadhead from here home as it is from Miami home. So I called on a load going to Miami. Guy asked me what I could do it for. I said I won't go to Miami less than $250 a mile. He's like, all right, well, what would that be? It was like 750 miles. I think it ended up being like 1875 or something like that. So I told him what it would be. He's like, oh yeah, that's no problem. That's no problem. He's like, hang tight, I'll shoot you the Raycon. Sweet, right? Well, time goes on, and I don't quit looking until I have the Raycon. Looking. Nothing. Can't find nothing. Finally, I see that load pop off the board, thinking it's mine, right? After it's probably on there for another hour and a half. And try calling the guy back, he won't answer the phone now. I think what he did was he used me as a starting point, knowing what I would pull it for, and he just kept offering cheaper and cheaper until he found somebody stupid enough to go down to Miami for anything less than $2.50 a mile. I was like, all right, fuck it, whatever. Kept looking. Called on another one from Swan Transportation, which is a shame, because I really wanted to get in with these guys because they have loads near my house. Not after today, Swan. So, going 200 miles, 40 foot of deck space, 8,000 pounds. Charlotte, North Carolina, down to somewhere in Georgia. I can't remember. It's 200 miles though. Called them up. They wanted to give me $346 for it. I said, I'll do it for $500. He laughed at me and hung up the phone. His name was Frank. That's the kind of shit you have to deal with. So I haven't found anything. It's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm just now leaving this place. I'm thinking I'm just gonna deadhead home 400 miles. You know, I would rather go home empty than haul cheap for these cheap fucking brokers. $346 ended up making it $1.74 a mile. And you're like, Robert, $1.74 a mile is great. No, it's not. Not when it's a short run like that. Because you could spend 4 hours loading and unloading. Just go on up and around. So, fuck them. You know? I'll drive home empty before I haul your cheap ass shit. So I'm going to pull out of here, punch into a GPS. I might go to the closest Pilot or Flying J and get a shower because I have been sweating. It's 62 degrees here, and I've got a hoodie on, but I sweated all night long last night too. With it being like 40 degrees. It just gets warm in this truck. I should probably take this hoodie off. They needed PPE though, that's why I left my long sleeve on. They needed work boots and a hard hat and all that jazz. Long sleeve. Anyways. Yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, somebody took the load for $346. It wasn't on the board very long. And then obviously that one that the guy said I had disappeared, won't answer. Somebody took it cheaper than $2.50 a mile going to Miami, 40 feet of deck. Maybe if you live down there, I could see maybe taking it for like $2 a mile. But you still have to leave Miami. You still have to leave. Even if you live in Miami, you still have to leave Miami to go back to work in a week or a couple days or whatever you've decided. You still have to leave. So why take a hit going in and take a hit leaving your house? It doesn't make any sense. You guys gotta think. You gotta think. Damn it. It's like everybody running cheaper loads because they don't have a truck payment right now. You're gonna have a truck payment one day if you stay in this. Alright, let me get off here. I'm going through the gate. Well, it looks like I'm deadheading home. I've been driving for maybe an hour now. Yeah, about an hour now. I don't even know if I'm going to stop and get a shower. I think I'm just going to drive home and get a shower at home. 6.5 hours to go to get home. I got to get this trailer fixed. Just can't find anybody around here that'll look at it. I have no idea what it's wrong. Maybe the
signal lost.
Brake controller. I have no idea. I got to get over though. Come on, let me over. All right, I'll see you.